I fucking hate kids. I hate all the kids that are not mine. That's an extreme thing to say, but what can I do? My childhood was tough. A few kids used to bully my brother at school all the time. It's almost daily. We were small boys, physically, so we couldn't really defend ourselves. I turned out to be a late bloomer. Now I am definitely adult-sized. We were the targets, not because of our size, but because of our names. Our parents named us Jagailo and Veslav, after the medieval rulers. Weird names, I know, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, my brother couldn't handle the abuse for long. He found Dad's gun and put a bullet through his skull. I felt my head explode the day he did it. It was the worst migraine I've ever had. I guess there was a telepathic link between us or something. As the old cliche goes, it could have been the emotional strain too. I don't know. The adults deemed it an unfortunate accident. No one believed the 11-year-old when he said his twin brother killed himself because of bullying. That was impossible, especially for Dad. His sons were men, not boys. We ended up moving, and I haven't seen my classmates in a few decades. Ever since the day Veslav killed himself, I started hating children. They're just so awful, almost maniacal. They do not understand the harm they're capable of. Children are little monsters. My class had a reunion recently, and my wife convinced me to go. Convinced is a light way to put it. She forced me to do it. She knows her way with words. I might just say she's a witch. I ended up having a lovely time, as most of my former classmates grew up to be fine people. They all used to be little shits, but now they were first-class citizens. Time seems to tame monstrosities, ironing out all the wrinkles of mischief and cruelty. Well, in most cases. I mingled with a bunch of people that I had no recollections of. Drank a bunch of alcohol and even danced with a few women who seemed familiar enough. Time didn't fix my head though. Ever since that day, something went wrong with me. From time to time, I hear a voice. It's deep and gruff. It's barely intelligible. It usually murmurs stuff I kind of understand. Sometimes the voice says something painfully clear. That evening, the voice told me to get out. It actually screamed at me to get out. The experience left me a bit shaken, and I left the building. I went outside and smoked a cigarette. My head was pounding, and I felt myself spinning. The nicotine helped me feel a little better. Returning to the reunion party, there was a mess. People were running around, screeching in a panic. The tables and chairs flew in the air. I heard a gunshot echo through the hall. I am uncertain though, my brain was too busy processing what was in front of him at that thing. A monster was tearing apart a man right in front of me. A hairy parody of a humanoid creature. Thick, black, bushy fur covered the entirety of its body, along with a wild mane that hung loosely over its head. Crouched on all fours, the creature's joint anatomy was all wrong. Long, oversized, sickly yellow nails adorned its fingers. The beast sprayed blood and gore left and right as it tore chunks out of the man's torso. Someone tried pulling me away from the beast. I just shoved them away. I didn't even notice who it was. Then another man ran towards the creature. He hit it with a bottle. Glass and vodka flew everywhere. The beast growled. The sound reverberated through my body, sending unpleasant chills down my spine. It then slowly rose to its hind legs. It must have been as tall as a bear. The man ran, or actually tried to run. The animal just locked its jaws around his neck and tore the head off. Blood sprayed everywhere, even staining my clothes. It felt good. I knelt by the headless body and looked at the beast's face. What an ugly fucking mug it had. The face was long and pale under its black and wild locks. The jaw was massive and filled with rows upon rows of blood-stained teeth. Small, silver-white, crazed eyes stared at me, and the beast smiled. Oh, what a hideous smile it was. The devil's smile. Chuckling out my name in a voice eerily similar to the one in my head. My heart raced and a cold sweat ran down my spine as the beast let out a drawn-out "Zero, Kylo." I'm unsure if that was fear or excitement, though. The beast started laughing right before lunging at a third man, biting off an enormous chunk of its neck. The animal didn't attack everyone. Only 5 or 6 people died. The beast was very selective in those it mauled to death or tore to shreds. It felt like someone planned this whole thing. A fine-tuned execution as opposed to feral massacre. It wouldn't be wrong on my part to say my wife is a witch. She made me feel like my 10-year-old self again, for one evening. That said, I could never have imagined her bringing back Veslav as a rabid, undead man-wolf. Got us a good fire going now. I'm liking it. Well, there we have it. One more story. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed reading it. Well, anyhow, hopefully I can keep doing this for you all if you did enjoy it. Please consider leaving a like, a subscribe, even comment down at the bottom if you want to. Just let me know I'm doing a pretty good job and I can keep this going for you. Until next time, this is Harrow's Edge.